Hey everybody, welcome to David's Kitchen. Hi. Yeah, we are up and running. I'm going to open up the chat room. We're going to take a look at what you guys are saying. There we go. Today's going to be kind of an interesting day. It's we're dealing with food from Y2K. Let me make sure everything's in. Okay. I am not a robot. That's ridiculous. Okay, can you see me? Can you see me? Hey, hey, hey. I'm going to get some coffee. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's time. Yummy. All right. We are up and running over here at the Tuna Corral here. I'm going to put a little background behind my text. Dark background, maybe a orange or something. That would be good. Or black. All right. Okay, we're going to enlarge the... Yeah, if you're having a problem, go to D Live. Scallopeas and Tuna. There you go. That'll punch. Throw a little... Yeah, scallopeas. There you go. Okay, well, if you can hear me or see me, good. Okay, today I'll be cooking with some Y2K food, which I happen to find in my collection. I was amazed. Yeah. We stored food back when Sarah and I met, and we bought this in 1998, and its quit date was August 10th, or August of 2000. You can see it right there. Let me put it up close. Hopefully you'll see it. Yeah. Yeah, August of 2000. So I pulled the scallops out, and I had this bag of, they look perfectly fine, and the cheese is perfectly ready to go. Yeah, I didn't check the recipe to see if there's MSG in it, but I will. No MSG, maltodextrin, no MSG, no. Mono and diglycerides, you can't be without those. There's some partially hydrogenated soybean oil, but hey, I'll take I'll bail on that one. So these are readily available on the market. You can store these, au gratin they're called. Let me bring the camera up. Well, let's be clear. Yeah, I've got a couple things to do. There it is. Survey set. Get a light on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Betty Crocker makes these things, and check this out too. In 1999, free Microsoft game. No, greetings. You can make greetings cards with MSN Internet Access Sign Up. Greetings 1999, free with the box. Microsoft was already using that same technique that they use to push their product. Now this comes with a can of peas. It should still be good. Yeah, for sure. Now I took the plastic bag of scallops and I rehydrated them with about 2.5 cups of water. And they're all rehydrated. It took about 2 hours. I put hot water on it, boiling water actually. They called for boiling water, so we're already rehydrated. I'm going to go ahead and get the pan going here on the back burner. Yeah. And we'll bring that forward, this one back. Au gratin. Okay. Welcome to David's Kitchen. Let me give you a pan shot, see how that works. Well, it's not too bad. I've got a cactus garden, and yeah, we got a lot of things growing here. It's kind of cool. I love being here because I look out the window and I can see the Olympic Mountains in the background, which makes me feel really kind of connected to the earth, which is so important in life. Let me get that coffee going. I found this box of Harry and David at Ross for Less for $5.99. And it has 18 cups in it. It's just a little flavoring, a little artificial creme brulee, vanilla creme brulee. And I'm telling you, man, this stuff is really good. Yeah, I kind of got addicted to it. I bought 2 boxes. I went back and I'm the only one buying it over there. It's like, hi, I'm back for my box of creme brulee. It was literally sitting there. Nobody wanted it for a whole week, and I went back and got it. Yeah, well, you know, when you taste something good, you want to buy a few boxes of that, right? No, you're going to be fine. I have a few mushrooms I can throw in there, but dude, you want some shrooms? Oh, these are garden variety shrooms. I'm just going to throw them in for flavor and on the bottom. I recommend, I've never made this before, so I'm kind of experimenting. These are products that you can store in the cupboard, you know? Why don't I buy a refillable cup for your coffee? I do. I have a refillable cup right here. What are you talking about? I mean, I always use refillable. I don't even use, normally I don't even use products I buy at the store, although there's a gas station that opened up in my area that is absolutely amazing. It's overlooking a beautiful lake. And I walked in there, I was one of the first customers, and I bought a big cup of Venti coffee, organic, French vanilla, and oh man, I'm telling you. I think I found my heavenly spot. It's a Native American tribe that opened up a location overlooking this lake property they had, and I'm telling you, man, it's like a destination. It's weird. I think they're going to do really well. I hope they are. I gave them a few tips just to the lady at the front desk. I said, you really got to sell hot dogs, you know, really cheap, or pizza, you know. And put like one sign out saying, you know, $2 hot dogs or something. Well, let's be clear. Can you touch your hair? I'm almost done. Done with what? So here's the deal. If I'm almost done. Done with what? But are you? Oh no, don't do that. Oh man, stop the waste, I hear you. Well, this is a relaxing time, and I'm glad I can upload these to YouTube, because this is kind of my off time when I'm not fire and brimstone and all that stuff, which I'm not really that way normally. I'm only pushing myself because, frankly, we're kind of in a necessary situation as a nation, so that's why I do shows 7 days a week, 9 hours a day. Okay, the first order of business is a large onion. Okay, the pan is getting hot. Good. Remain the way you are. The pan is getting hot, and I'm getting ready to get that onion cut up. How fast do you think I could cut that onion up? Within a minute? I'm sure I could do it within a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for demonstration purposes only. Starting with the onion cut. Okay, here we go. Starting with a cut. Oh, didn't go in. Oh, didn't go in. Okay, you can count now. 12, 13, 14, 15, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, half minute mark, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 50, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 1 minute. Ta-da! How about that? I did it. I did it. 1 minute. I guessed it too. Man, that was tough. I had to actually accelerate. You are now accelerating. You are reaching peak speed. System's normal. All right, let's put the hot grill together here. I put the onion shells in the compost heap. I don't really mind. Voila. I cook with an inner covering too. It's like a double layering I use. Because sometimes I put a pan on top of Sarah's plate and I put one back on the stove. Okay, we're ready to go with the oil. Let's pump it up. Okay. And spray it on there. Squirt it on there. It's an atomizer. It's a pretty cool thing. I mean, if you haven't seen my atomizer GIF, it's pretty good. It was made by someone. I don't want to care to talk about who made it, but yeah, there we go. And oh, I'm just cutting another one a little bit up. There we go. So I guess I'm kind of cheating. That's not right. Okay, here we go. It's going in there right now. No peelings. We're just going to drop it in. There was no sizzle factor, or a slight sizzle factor, but nothing super important. You know, I'm just going to throw those mushrooms in with it. Yeah, just for flavoring. So we'll just take a few mushrooms, dice them up. Lean them down, cut them in half, and then lean them like down on their face, like that. See? Uh-oh, I'm getting the onion on me. That acid from the onion is going to my eyes. I'm starting to cry. Oh. It's good you can't see me. All right, there's going. That's just a little flavoring, yeah. Whatever. Okay, let's just get that started. Cover it up. Keep it at level 3. Actually, take it to level 6. Boom. Let's just get this going. I gotta get water in my eyes. The problem is my water is contaminated with chlorine, so you know I have a filtered water, reverse osmosis filtered water here. Now, I think maybe I shouldn't spray my face. I'll just cry a little bit. Dave, the sensitive guy who sprays onions in his face. People are saying, Dave, you're getting so slim. It's like, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to, gain weight, but I am 215 pounds of rock solid muscle. Yeah. So you may want to recognize that my primary system is dysfunctioning. The onions are causing eruptions in my brain matter. My neural link is misfiring. Beep, beep, beep. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Okay, let's talk about Patti LaBelle. I got a couple of different spices today we're going to talk about. Patti LaBelle blend all natural is the one I've been using. She's really good. She's got a fantastic no salt recipe. That's the no salt one. And then I discovered this one in my collection, garlic pepper, and this has salt in it. So, or does it? Yeah, it does have salt in it, so I'm gonna put a little less of the Patti LaBelle garlic pepper in there. These are pretty damn good mixes she's put together. I normally am a McCormick guy, when it comes to spices. But no, I like allspice. I've been buying organic spices at Walmart. These are pretty awesome. You know, you can get dill weed for I guess it's $3.79 now. That's Italian seasoning. Organic too. Okay, so let's do a little shaker top. I'm going to open this one up too. Oh, wrong side. I like the big openings. There we go. Okay, so we got 2 different patented bales going in today. And this, you could match this with anything. You could put a little turmeric or garlic powder or anything. Curry powder. Let's put a little patented bale, no salt seasoning. This has a little bite to it. She put a little cayenne in there. And this is the garlic that she uses, which I'm going to try both. Okay, now with this dish, what you want to do is take your scalloped potatoes. Oh, and by the way, you can rehydrate onions. If you don't have onions, you can come right out of the cupboard with those onions. I'm going to toss the water in here. They've been rehydrated pretty much. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that whole thing right on top of the onions. Yeah, so give it a stir. And then season it again. Go for round 2 of those seasons, whatever you're using. Curry's an interesting angle on this one. I've never tried it, but it's certainly possible, especially with the tuna. Okay. Yeah, keep it at level 6 and just kind of give it a stir. Now with scalloped potatoes, you can always peel your own, you know, and at least I could peel one for you to show you how to peel a potato, right? You know, that's the least I can do. So here is a potato being peeled, demonstration, and I buy these non-GMO ones. They're hard to find these, but they sell them here in Washington. A lot of potatoes are going GMO. I go where the non-GMO goes. So. Yeah, these are small potatoes, but you know, I'll just grab one and show you. And when peeling a potato, if this is the first video you've seen of our show, I've got over 130 videos, I guess, maybe 140. You just start peeling with your hands underneath the potato like that. You know, Y2K potatoes are pre-GMO. He came out with that in 2005, the guy who did the potato genetic modifications. Yeah. But I prefer non-GMO just to be on the safe side myself. Okay. And we're finishing up here. Always keep an eye on your fingers. You don't want to get under that blade. And kind of pinch it with your hands to stabilize the potato. Because if you put your fingers like that, you can get them, you can peel them right off. You know, it's like, oh yeah, peeled my potato finger off. I'm hauling you over here. Okay. It's the easiest thing to do, and they make really nice slicers. If you have there's a moulinet. A moulinet makes scalloped potatoes. I have a moulinet. I don't believe I have it here, but it is a French potato slicer. A very nice thing to have. Dates back to the Julia Child's age. If you have a food processor, these things you can spin them around. You can cook for a wrecking crew with this. But the nice thing about these dehydrated potatoes or rehydrated ones, it's not mashed potatoes, which is what you get with most of your dried products. So I'm going to throw a little garlic in there with this and put it at the center of the dish. Now it's cooking pretty fast, so you want to give it a stir. Make sure you distribute the potatoes, because remember, they're raw in that package. They weren't pre-cooked, they were pre-dried. But the nice thing about potatoes is a big bag like this. I'll show you. This is a new bag. We're talking 5 pounds for $2 still in Washington, which is an amazing deal when you think about it. So if your cost savings, you really should keep 10 pounds or 5 to 10 pounds potatoes around. We normally have potatoes growing too, but it's not really conducive to grow potatoes in the soil I have. So I have to really work the soil. It has to be a loose loam. And halfway through the potato growth, my father used to grow them in North Dakota. Halfway through the potato growth, you shore up the plant. You do a little weeding around the plant, and you shore it up. And what the plant does is it then fingers out into the ground around it, and then it plants its potatoes in that loose soil. It really likes loose soil. So you can grow up to 24 potatoes in a 40-gallon garbage can on your balcony in your apartment if you have the right soil mix. So that's something to think about. Okay, I'm going to throw that fresh potato in the middle, kind of give it a fresh feeling. I'm going to pull it right from the center. Getting a nice caramelizing area in there. That's good. Okay. Now this thing needs some moisture now, so I'm going to go with something. I've never really done this before, but I'm going to try 2 cans of $1 can of tunas. This is chunk light tuna, wild caught, dolphin safe, non-GMO, made by Bumblebee. And this came from my tuna collection that's about 3 years old, so this particular one. So it's time to kind of like eat it. It says wild caught light tuna, the original superfood. How about that? A key ingredient in a healthier life. Yeah, don't you love that? 22 grams of protein per can. Wow, they really help you out there. So I'm going to throw everything, including the water, in there. I normally would drain this, but these cans are too old, so I'm just going to throw everything, including the water, in there. Here we go. Right on top of that fresh potato. There you go. And then around the edges. It'll steam up into it through the potato itself. I'm going to add some water too. All my water is filtered, triple filtered with these zero water filters, so it's all pretty good. And get everything out of the can you can. And what I do is go back can to can like this. That gets everything. All right. Keep it at level 6. So canned food is a primary, wet food that you mix with the dry potatoes, and yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to dump the potatoes out of my screen. I find these really handy. These little screens you can buy. They're really cheap at the dollar store. For the drain, it filters everything from food products. You don't want to put food products down a drain. I did a public service video series for the local Department of Water and Power when I was doing commercials here, and he was quite surprised how much people put down food drains, food-wise. And this is way before they built this amazing, unbelievably large facility that dehydrates septic waste. I try to go back to my supply and rotate them, yeah. But I do have some I do have some Y2K tuna. I do, but they're like really, yeah. It's like if I turn to those cans, it's like, okay, I'm really hungry. You know what I mean? And you always have to rinse those cans, rinse whatever's in them, because the cans can break down into the food item itself. You'll be eating some various metals in the process, but you have to, you have to eat, right? No, I wouldn't recommend that. No, I don't drink that. No, that's a lie. Do you want to get banned from the show? All right, thanks. Okay, let's give it another spin. Around the side so nothing sticks. Okay, keep it nice and hot. You'll know when everything starts, and then you can spread the tuna out around it. You'll know when it starts to steam, and you'll feel it starts to get ready. I'm going to do something else right now, and that's, yeah, I'm going to start putting the cheese together on top with some slabs of butter. Yeah, you can afford a little bit of butter here. So I picked up some grass-fed, truly grass-fed butter. Isn't that nice? Nice. That very special. 150 days on pasture. Wow. 150 days on pasture. So this butter was raised in the open sun, and it came from the cow that was just enjoying nature, Okay, this calls for a couple pats of butter. So there's basically 2 pats here. I'm going to throw that on top. Let that melt down kind of temporarily while I'm cooking. Still at level 6. I know a lot of the criticism of the show has been, Dave, you're slopping food together. Yeah, and I'm not trying to make your job harder. I really am not. Yeah, so if you want to make the coloring of your scallop or au gratin potatoes a little bit more colorful, you could actually add a little paprika or a little turmeric. And whenever I use turmeric, I always use pepper. So I'm going to do a little pepper and turmeric too. Actually, a little bit more. About a half a teaspoon. That's a common ingredient in curry too. And this is just ground black pepper. Now the reason I do pepper with that is it works triply. I mean, it will triple the effect, the benefit of that particular herb. Paprika's not a bad one, yeah. I got this massive container of paprika I should use. Not too much paprika, just a little bit. It's good for you though. Okay, you can always use garlic powder if you want more garlic taste. Okay, take that 2000 this is 1998 this was made, so I'm going to pull this out. It's still perfectly fine. It smells just as good as it does out of the package if you go buy it tomorrow. I'm telling you, this is a particular meal you can store in your car for road trips. I'm serious. Especially if you have a can of onions, dried onions. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle this right on top. First I'm going to give that a spin because I want to get that butter distributed. Pulling from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to turn it down to level 3. I think I'm right at the time when I have to bring everything together. Looking good though. Looking good, man. I like that caramelization that goes on at the bottom too. That's why I use a wooden spatula to kind of bring that together. Why not? Nice. It's looking almost done. And when you slice a potato, it does. The potatoes are almost done. Okay, here comes the cheese. Sprinkle it nicely on top. Nice. Turn it down to a low, actually. Take it all the way to low. And then I'm going to open up this can that's been sitting in my cupboard for about, what's the quit date on this? 2011. This is a can of peas that was supposed to be eaten by 2011. Yeah. So I noticed this big box of peas and I said, oh my gosh, these are 12 years old. I got to eat these peas. So I'm going to try to rinse the peas off and I'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. I'll open up the can. These are basically standard peas that came out 11, 12 years ago. They're not special, they're just peas. Okay, and just put them over the sink, and then with a colander, just drain them right into a colander. They look good. As long as they're not mushy, they're good. And I'm going to rinse them off, in case there's any metal taste from the can, but you can usually smell that when you open the can, if it's an old can, and I don't smell that. So these look as fresh as they were when I bought them. Okay, and I put that right on top of the cheese. Like that. These are pre-cooked. Okay. Now I'm going to keep it at low. I'm going to let it simmer for a bit, and then I'm going to mix it all together, and we're going to finalize this meal. Right now the cheese is steaming and kind of getting ready to move around. Yeah, I'm sure that the peas can is not BPA free. I think you're right. I think they started the BPA free after 2011. Today is Technology Thursday, so I'll be featuring various things today in my shop, like robotics. I'll talk about robotics. So let's take a look at the David's Kitchen. Whoa. Yeah, we got a beautiful dahlia growing here. And then that's a ghost cactus, and there's a really weird looking cactus back here too. Sarah brought this from school. I don't know what this is, but it seems to just want to grow, so I give it a little water. And these are globe artichokes. I just bought these at the store for $1.99. And this is a cool cactus Sarah brought in, right over here too. It's got like leaves floating up, see? And another cactus she gave me. And this is an orchid. Yeah, so an orchid and a dahlia. And anyway, these are going to be beautiful. I've got 3 or 5 actually. 5 globe artichokes if the small one wants to grow there. And that's going to be an addition to my garden. I have 3 artichoke plants that are fully produced, or 2 of them are producing. And I need 2 more to kind of like keep the thing going. Artichoke plants are male and female, believe it or not. And I actually have a male plant in the middle of the 2 females. They're in like it's a polyamorous relationship, the artichokes. Yeah, thank you. So hopefully these others are going to be females and will produce. I think they are. So what I want is females producing with a male in the middle. So it's going to be a big, and it's a perennial garden, so that it keeps growing every year with minimal upkeep, which is the thing. Oh, hang on, I got a call. Hello? No. I want to be on the do not call list. The problem with being on the do not call list is they keep calling. Have you noticed that? Even though you press do not call, they keep calling. What is that? That they want you to call? Because you want to be on the do. You're not supposed to actually be called if you're on the do not call list, but they keep calling. Any food with fur on it? No. We don't cook roadkill here, man. Oh man, that coffee is incredible. So say goodbye to the packaging. Goodbye packaging. 2002. This is a very collectible box. I would think that somebody would want it, but especially with the Microsoft 1999 greetings card offer. But I think I'll just recycle it. Yeah, I don't want to carry that around and make trash out of it. I did keep a bunch of boxes from Kellogg's cartons that I picked up way back in the day, and they had all these special features on. You know, it's just one of those things, and I can't part with them. They're from the 80s, you know. When you get a Kellogg's box and you're like, well, you know, it's a special hero. I think there were a couple of baseball players on one of them. Bugs Bunny on another. All right. Well, that chlorinated water really helps to clean out cans. That's one good thing about it. Okay, so I'm going to give this a nice mix now. Now that it had kind of a heat coefficient going. Go all the way to the bottom and rotate, and mix all of it around. Nice. Now this is not going to be as appealing without cheese melted all over it. So of course I'm going to go grab cheese and melt it on over it. You know. That looks good. It's nesting well. The tuna's looking good. Keep it on a low for about 15 minutes. I'm going to go get the cheddar cheese. I'll be right back. Medium cheddar, shredded cheese, cut straight from the block. Kroger, natural cheese, no RBST. Yeah, I got this for $1.79 on sale last week. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I picked up a couple of them. Actually, 3 weeks ago. Oftentimes they're not scored, so it says tear here, but yeah, you mean cut here. So you got to snip it right there. Then you can tear it. This will be the pièce de la résistance. As we zoom in on the cheddar, let's top this puppy off with a little bit of cheddar cheese. Nice, looking good. Parmesan's okay too. You know, it's not a big deal. That'll be great. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. Okay. And after about 15 minutes, it'll be done. That's great. Just in time to start the show. Okay, I'm sure it'll be very appetizing. See the refrigerator close on my arm there? It's pretty good. Okay, I think we're reaching the end of our show. I want to see that melted before I want the final moment. I want the money shot. And I'll put away a few things in the process. I always recycle cans. If you don't recycle cans, there's something wrong with you. Cans really are great. The metal goes right back in the system. It's fantastic. All right, this has been special. You can always add peppers to this. Green peppers are good. Whatever you want to do, but I'm ready to go in the other room, so I'm going to pause this and end it with my closer. I'm going to show you the melted cheese in just a second, and then we're going to run in there and start the show. Now, I have a special admission here. My family dates back way back in England. They were the people that handled a lot of the peas that came into England, for real. On my mother's side, they were in charge of counting the peas, because back in the I guess it was the 1400s, 1300s, 1200, right around there, they were using peas as a way of selling. You could trade for peas. peas were a commodity in England. And my family was named after that. So, yeah, on my mother's side. The name P is in my mother's name. Anyway, it's kind of an interesting thing because I really like peas. I don't know why, but you know, you have this thing, generational. Yeah, so soup from one pot is a German national food. Yeah, I know. And my father is German Norwegian. My mother is English Romanian. So it was an interesting little bit of information that peas, they dried them out and they traded them in big bins and bushels. I think it was before Newton. So Newton came in and there was all kinds of counterfeiting going on. And Newton came in the 1500s and resolved a lot of the counterfeiting that was going on with multiple currencies. So peas were not one of them. By the time it rolled into currencies and printed money, it was a whole different thing. But prior to that, the pea counters, kind of like bean counters. Yeah, I could be the bean counter family. All right, that little bit of history there. Let me wipe down swab the deck here. I make my own citrus vinegar. I put vinegar in, you know those rinds that I used, that I boiled down? I pulled all the rinds out and I put them in this plastic food-ready container. And I make my own washing machine, like spray bottle. So what I do is, vinegar is one of the best household cleaners you can buy. And it's super cheap. So you can buy distilled white vinegar and just mix all this for days, for months. But, you know, if I spray this down right here with a little bit of this, which is perfectly fine, you then come in, wipe it down. Makes a really nice, clean surface. Now, this is not the product they recommend on the glass surfaces, but it works great. It has a little bit of acid in it, so it cuts whatever grime that's going on there. Yeah. They make a special type of glass polish for these types of glass things, but they're not natural. So I like the natural thing. Alrighty. And then, of course, the paper towel. Yeah, it's always good to cook with a paper towel after, or wiping down with a paper towel after touching bacteria or even an old sponge. So you want to watch out for, you know, contaminants. And of course, my water is so chlorinated that I have to wipe that off too, because and then of course the chlorine and the whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at the finished product. Zooming. Look at that! Whoa! Yummy! This concludes another David's Kitchen. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back in the other room in about 5 minutes. I'm going to upload this to YouTube right now. Take care. Yeah.